So I've noticed there's a water drain constantly, and I couldn't find a problem. Here we have like this just little plastic container just to catch the wasting, like just once a while it start having this wastewater drained at the bottom of the sink pipe. Is a whole system log, and I'm just changing this water filter today, and I've noticed there's water dripping.
And I'm like, where's the water dripping? And here you go. You see, particular here, if you look closely, there's water just slowly dripping, and you see there's a watermark. Let me show you. So here is a watermark, and slowly drain. It drain from here, it's a water drop. And when I look up, I'm like, ooh,
There's something wrong. See, there's a water damage, particularly in this area, and this is the sink, the kitchen sink. Okay, so when I look up, nothing really different. Yeah, everything's clean. So this is sealed up and it's nice and clean, and this is sealed up by silicone, and it's nice and clean. And then I noticed, okay, when we install this countertop and the sink here, so I sealed up here because I'm afraid that there's water that's drained, like leakage from here. But turns out the water can also sneak through here and there's no seal in between this counter and this part. So basically, if this is not watertight, if you wash your dishes, because today I'm changing the filter and it's just water all over the place, and it just slowly creep from here, go underneath the sink, and that's how it happened. And you can see the water slowly dripping, and it has this water mark. It's not too bad, but it's just pain in the ass. Once a while you see there's wastewater coming, slowly dripping from the pipe, and I've checked every part of this pipe. There's nothing wrong with it. Let me focus. There's nothing wrong with this pipe. But you do see there's water mark, and this is the part. So there you go. If you have any water slowly dripping underneath your sink cabinet, might not be your pipe actually. It might be just simply that your sink and your counter, when you look from bottom up, there's no watertight part. It's basically just this sink secured on the counter, and look here. So the water may creep out from your sink edges. So the easiest way is to just seal up with the silicone caulk. I'm gonna do it now. So here you go, silicone. It works really well. I like this brand, the GE, but one thing you need to see is if you look here that I did the caulking before, it says clear, but it shows slightly whitish, like cloudy color. So if you don't like this, because if you are bothered, then maybe you can apply light coat. I like to apply a thick coat because it's easy to remove, because if you leave just a light coating, it may not be water sealed, and you may have to redo it. So I'm just gonna do this, poking out, and make sure this is good. This caulking gun comes very handy. Before I'm like, why do I need to buy this? But it's really handy, and this whole tube is just, it lasts for a long time, and you can seal up a lot of things like your bathroom, window, and they are water resistant. They does not create a yellowish oxidation. So and it's good for both exterior and interior. So it's mold free as well. 30 minutes ready. I personally like it. I use it a lot to seal up the door and a lot of things. Anyway, just trying to get rid of to see if this is coming out. Okay, so this caulking has been stored for a while. It takes a lot of effort to clear up the inside part. So okay, this brand is not my favorite anymore. Next time, if you buy something from here, you can unscrew it and then you can clear up the dried parts, because this is connected unibody. So basically, I have to poke a lot to get this out. And you don't want to touch the silicone because it's really hard to wash. But anyway, last time it's ended from here, so I'm gonna start from here. Make sure you clean it before and dry it before you apply. So this whole thing is already been cleaned and dried. You can start. You just go slowly, apply light pressure against this joint. Don't worry if it's not perfect. You can always get it fixed later. And the speed matters as well, because I want to apply just a light layer, because I know this is not clear and it's gonna be visible if I put too much. So make sure everything is clean. You just go nice and slow and your hands press the gun just with a light pressure. You can see this is moving nice and steady, and oops, go wrong. Don't worry, we can fix it later. All right, I guess I'll go from here because it's the direction against my way. Basically, I'm just gonna do it from here. I start from here, make sure this is clean, and I can go from here. All right, and then oops. Once I find the right pressure, right spot, I'm just gonna press it slowly. And there we go. So, okay. You see here, this cutting is actually an angle. So when you press it, actually, there's a gap that can be pressed. So I'm gonna leave this, just let it dry for later use. And to clean this part, I'm gonna use my hands because my hands, I can feel it right away. If you think it's really, because it's really hard to wash your hands, you feel that slightly greasy, but it's not greasy. I guess that's just how silicone feels. But this is work out the best for me. You can use don't use paper towel because it will get messy. Or maybe you can have a glove. You know what? I'm gonna wear a glove. So I'm gonna wear a tight glove, just it's easier. Make sure your finger, you can feel it. You know what? No glove. Because I never work with glove. I'm gonna use my hands. So press it don't press it hard, just leave a gap to make sure you have a nice and clean joint. Here. Ooh, why it's water here? Make sure you don't leave any water, don't make a mistake like I made. Dry the area and then just press against this. Alright, and I'm cleaning my hands and we can go from here. And you see the excessive silicone is on my hands. Alright, so, and there's a, you see here's the excessive one. I use my hands to clear out that part too. Just to scrape it on. And there you go. And if you really like, you have your OCD kicked in, you can just clear the side and just clear off with the kitchen paper towel and make sure everything's nice and smooth. And one thing to be clear is you have to do it quick because the silicone will dry out fairly quick. Okay, they will settle, they will kind of like forming this shape in less than 10 minutes. So if you don't like this edges, either you can scrape up by hand, by the knife. I'm just lazy, so I'm gonna scraping hard by my hands. And they're just, this is excessive. And I'm gonna resurfacing them with my hand. Alright, and this is excessive as well. You can press firmly. Don't touch the edges, the joint, I mean where the counterpart and the sink connected, rather just on the side. Alright. And I do have my OCD and I don't like some of the residue that's on this part. You see, if you see it clearly, you see there's a smear. Ooh, it's blocked from, see here? I don't like this, so you can clean off with a paper towel, or you can, once it gets dried, you can clear off with the knife. Basically, you can scrape the side by the knife. Anyway, you can see the seal, you see the light reflection. Everything is nice and sealed up, clean and tight. You see it's really a light coating and compared to this part. So this is light, just it's invisible. If you have a crystal clear silicone caulking, then you don't need to worry. You can apply a fair amount of just like this is how it looks. But this is basically pretty much, you can see the light reflection for the light coating that I applied. But it's tricky because you need to apply a fair amount to make sure they're watertight, but you don't want to add too much because it will create a mess. Because you see I apply fairly light coating, but I still have a lot left on my hands. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video, and if you have a water or not water damage or a slow water dripping underneath the kitchen sink, it might be the problem that came between this counter and this sink. So make sure you check that before you actually call a plumber. That may cost you a lot of money, and this silicone caulking might save you a lot of trouble and also a lot of money. Alright,